Welcome back to Coin Explorer. Have you ever looked at a penny and thought, what if this is worth a fortune? That thought might sound far-fetched, but not anymore, because one ordinary-looking 1971 1-cent coin actually sold for $685,000. Yes, a single penny, the kind people toss aside without thinking, became a collector's dream come true. At first glance, it looks like every other coin from that era. Lincoln's profile on one side, the Lincoln Memorial on the back. But this one held a secret invisible to the naked eye. It wasn't shiny. It wasn't made of gold. It wasn't covered in diamonds. And yet, it shook the entire coin-collecting world. This coin didn't come from a museum. It came from someone's personal stash, just sitting quietly until the day it changed everything. It's a perfect example of how an unnoticed item can suddenly become headline news. If you think something this small can't be worth much, you're about to discover how wrong that idea is. Because this is more than a coin. It's a story, a mystery, and a moment in history all rolled into one. Let's go back to the beginning. In 1971, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies in 3 locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. These coins were meant for everyday use, to pass from hand to hand, purchase after purchase. Most of them ended up lost in drawers, change jars, or forgotten inside wallets. But somewhere among the masses, a small number of coins from San Francisco came out different. These weren't special by design. They became special by accident. A minting error during production created what experts call a double die obverse. And suddenly, that small mistake created one of the rarest and most valuable pennies ever discovered. These weren't fake coins. They were 100% real, government-issued, but born from a technical glitch. While the public spent these coins without a second thought, collectors were quietly searching for them. These few rare pieces became the ultimate goal for serious numismatists. And the one that sold for $685,000? It was the best of the best. Its story didn't start in a museum. It started in someone's home, likely unnoticed for decades. So what makes a double die so important? Let's break it down. During the minting process, each coin is struck with a die that imprints the design. But in rare cases, the die itself gets misaligned between impressions. That causes a second strike to fall just slightly off, creating a doubled image. It's a minor shift, but for collectors, it's major. On the 1971 S penny, this doubling appears on the date and the word Liberty. It's not obvious at first. You won't see it unless you look closely, maybe under magnification. But once you spot it, it's impossible to unsee. The numbers and letters appear thicker, shadowed, as if stamped twice. It's this tiny detail that changes everything. A flaw in production, but a masterpiece in the eyes of a collector. That's the power of mint errors, turning accidents into historical treasures. And the cleaner and clearer the doubling, the more valuable the coin becomes. These details may be small, but they're worth thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands when found in the right condition. Now here's the second piece of the puzzle: condition. Collectors don't just want rare coins, they want rare coins in top shape. That's where grading comes in. Professional coin graders use the Sheldon scale to rate coins from 1 to 70. A grade above 65 is considered exceptional. The 1971 S penny that sold for $685,000 was graded near that elite level. No scratches, no corrosion, no signs of wear from circulation. It had survived decades without damage, something nearly impossible for a coin meant for everyday use. Its luster was intact, its details sharp, and when paired with the doubling error, it became one of a kind. Bidders knew they weren't just buying a penny, they were buying perfection. The auction house confirmed its status with full certification, and collectors across the globe started making offers. When the hammer finally dropped, it wasn't just a sale, it was history. This wasn't a lucky coin. It was a time capsule, a mistake from the past preserved through time, now standing as a legendary piece of American numismatics. So how does a coin like this even reach an auction? Most of the time, it begins with someone who has no idea what they found. Maybe it was sitting in a family coin album. Maybe it was tucked away in a jar passed down for generations. The person who owned this particular coin likely didn't know its full value at first, but curiosity, or luck, led them to get it inspected. They took it to a professional grader, and when the results came back, it was like winning the lottery. From there, the coin was authenticated, graded, and sent to a high-profile auction event attended by elite collectors. These aren't casual buyers, they're specialists who've waited years for a chance like this. Some were bidding online, some were calling in, a few were in the room, eyes locked on that little copper piece. And after dozens of bids and rising tension, it ended with a $685,000 final offer. For the seller, it was a dream. For the buyer, it was a triumph. For the rest of us, it was proof that hidden treasures still exist. So why would anyone pay that much for a penny? The answer lies in rarity, condition, and historical value. Coins like this are incredibly rare. Fewer than a handful are confirmed to exist in this condition with this error. It's like discovering a misprinted stamp or a one-of-a-kind painting flaw. The imperfection becomes the highlight. Add perfect preservation to that, and you've got something that may never appear again. Serious collectors know this. They understand that they're not just purchasing a coin, they're securing a moment in minting history. It's emotional, it's strategic, it's also competitive. These auctions are filled with passion and prestige, because in the coin world, owning a coin like this puts you in an elite class. It's not just about money, it's about meaning. And for many collectors, the chase for these items is just as exciting as the prize itself. That's what makes numismatics a lifelong journey. Every rare find is a chapter in a much bigger story. The Lincoln penny itself carries deep American symbolism. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, honoring Abraham Lincoln in 1909. In 1959, the reverse design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, which remained until 2008. The 1971 version falls right in that era. For decades, these coins were part of everyday life, used for lunch money, payphones, and small purchases. But buried within those billions was something different, something special. The double-die error didn't scream for attention. It waited quietly for someone to notice, and eventually, someone did. The 1971 double-die penny turned from a humble piece of copper into an artifact of American history. It shows how even mass-produced objects can carry stories. It reminds us that no detail is too small to matter, and it proves that greatness can sometimes come from the most unexpected places. So how can you check if you have one? Start by examining every 1971 penny with an S mint mark. That little S means it was minted in San Francisco, the only location where the known double-die versions were produced. Next, use a magnifying glass or coin microscope. Look at the date. Look at the word Liberty. Look for slight doubling, like shadows or thick outlines. If you see it, don't rush. Don't clean the coin. Cleaning can ruin its value entirely. Instead, place it in a soft holder away from heat and moisture. Then send it to a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their experts will examine it, grade it, and if it matches the rare type, you'll receive certification. From there, your next stop could be the auction house. Imagine turning a penny into a six-figure payday, all because you looked a little closer. It might sound like a dream, but as this coin proves, it's real. The impact of this story goes beyond just coin collectors. It's changing how people see everyday items. It's making us look twice at what we thought was ordinary. Across the country, people are checking their coin jars, revisiting old family albums, and hunting through loose change with new eyes. Not because every penny is valuable, but because some are. And those rare few can make a massive difference. For young collectors, this is motivation. For older generations, it's nostalgia. And for everyone in between, it's a reminder that treasure doesn't always glitter. Sometimes it's dull copper. Sometimes it's worn. But value often hides where no one thinks to look. This story of the 1971 penny is more than a transaction. It's a spark. A spark that lights curiosity, wonder, and maybe even hope. So next time you get a penny and change, don't ignore it. Flip it over. Look at the mint mark. Check the year, because you never know, you could be holding something extraordinary. The 1971 double-die penny is proof that greatness often hides in plain sight. It's not about luck, it's about awareness, observation, curiosity. That one small moment where you pause and say, wait a second, could change everything. This isn't just a coin story, it's a life lesson. That the smallest, most overlooked things in life sometimes carry the biggest surprises. And maybe, just maybe, the next $685,000 penny is already in your hands, waiting for someone like you to notice. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, sometimes the smallest coin can carry the biggest surprise. Hit follow for more hidden treasures you never knew existed.